Hello. Before I start, I would like to thank Patrick for having us all here and being such a great mentor over the last years here at UBC. Drainscape is my talk today, and I have one question to you all, which is, where does protecting stormwaters in city starts? For me, it starts at the neighborhood scales in your own homes by protecting the green space in the neighborhoods and by professionals planning it. Stormwater occurs as rain, standing water, and as runoff. It causes flooding, erosion, and drought. As we can see in this image in Sandy in 2012. We want to obviously avoid these conditions. How do they occur? Increase of population growth brings along an increase in urban space and an increase in impervious surfaces, and with it an increase in stormwater runoff. We know in North America, for example, 2/3 of the stormwater is created by the car. Increased stormwater runoff is also detrimental to the environment. I will take you to North Vancouver, the beautiful North Shore Mountains, and show you in a cross-section how the drainage pattern actually works. In most parts, it works. In the only part it doesn't work is in the downtown core of the city of North Vancouver. The condition we have in North Vancouver is the following. Until the 90s, we had small houses and a lot of pervious spaces in the garden. The condition we have 2014 is the same lots, the houses and the footprint has increased double, which means a higher stormwater runoff, about double the amount. With the building boom, this massive building boom, at the city scale and in the neighborhood scales, what are the options? First, enlarge the sewage system, which is not really an option because it increases the taxes, and that's obviously a no-go. So maybe stormwater management practices like on structures like green roofs or on the ground bioretention areas which could mitigate at source. What would be the idea of doing this 50-50? So cost sharing, 50 by the private and 50 by the public. The following systems we have, for example, I'd structure green roofs, permeable paving, cisterns, and small retention areas on the private lots. And on the public areas, we could have swales which divert the water into bigger bioretention areas. On the private lot, this means 50% of the stormwater could be mitigated on the private lot. And the other 50 could be mitigated on the public lot, and it will also create beautiful recreational areas. What is important is that also you could use parks like this one here on the left in Portland, where the park is also a stormwater facility in case there is a massive rainfall event for many weeks. So what this means is that stormwater mitigation mostly will happen on the private land in the neighborhood area. The backup facilities would be the public land in the neighborhood area and the foreshore area. Stormwater, therefore, is most effective in the neighborhood and the foreshore area, which means we have to really protect the foreshore areas and don't build upon them because they're the final infiltration and cleansing system before stormwater enters the sea. Which means we should really develop compact cities, which disturbs less land. We should accommodate also with that more development, but we need to preserve, and that's really the key issue, the neighborhoods for stormwater drainage. Green pervious neighborhoods are sort of needed for all compact cities to capture stormwaters at the source. Which is really, and this is what this is about, it's a planning policy issue. It means the cooperation of the architects, the landscape architects, the engineers, the urban planners with the municipalities, and most importantly, acceptance and enforcement by the public to accept these ideas. Urban sprawl hurts stormwater protection and should be avoided at all costs. We should have new houses in the existing neighborhoods, but not at an enlarged footprint. Administration and planning, and that's the key for Vancouver as a local, for the locals and everywhere else, I think in the world this could be applied to allow and protect public offsite stormwater mitigation. That's a key in the neighborhoods and the foreshore area to avoid huge floods. Which brings me to the quote by Auerbach: stormwater is not just a green chore, it is actually the creation of man-made and natural in a combination, and both are ingredients of a uniquely human habitats of towns and cities. Thank you.